Yep.
Alright, we're going to start off with making our bread because we don't buy bread. So we make our bread every time we need it. So it's just a 6 ingredients that we kind of just combine, and you can follow me along in this process. So what I do, I have warm water, add a little bit, about a cup of it to the bowl, and then this is the recipe I use. It's just as basic as you get. You put that in the description below, okay?
I'll put it in the description.
You don't have to record my 3 tablespoons sugar, and then you need 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast.
And we just use traditional yeast. It says for bread machines, but it works fine in just the baking process too.
Just give that a stir with a... I've always been told to use a wooden spoon. That's what my grandma has always said. My mom has always said. So it just changes. If you use metal, it just changes the pH level of your bread. It may cause your yeast to not rise. So you just give it a little shush. And set that aside. And let that rise. It'll take about 5 minutes.
You want me?
You just...
Yeah.
Yeah. I added a tablespoon of salt. And now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. Which you can use any oil you prefer, but I just have like cheap oil on hand at the moment. And I'm just going to add it to this extra water that I have. You can turn that off.
Okay, well I will turn it off. That was just a timer.
And so I'm going to stir this kind of together, get the salt to dissolve a little bit. And so first, I'm going to start grabbing my flour. And I'm going to throw a couple. If I mess up, please don't record me for doing that. I'm going to put that on top. It's going to take 6 cups of flour, so I'm just going to like throwing in a good handfuls here. Like, don't put that in there. And now I'm going to use my spoon. Just keep adding flour until it all really just comes together. Like, still really sticky, so I'll just add more flour. When it starts coming together, you can turn it out on a floured surface, but the initial goal is to have a clean looking bowl. And you can use a scraper and just kind of bring your flour together. Just start, if it starts getting too sticky, you'll just grab more flour. Flour your hands and your workspace really well, really well. And then you'll just kind of start working your bread. But you're still sticky, so.
Now how many loaves does this make?
2 loaves.
Okay, it makes 2 loaves.
You're gonna knead it until it's tacky, but it's not sticky. Like, for instance, it's still sticky. And now that it's like, you can touch it and it's tacky, but it's not sticking to you. It might stick to your countertop if you leave it there for too long. But it's not sticking to me or anything. So I'm going to take a little bit of the oil and I'm going to put it back in the bowl that I had it in. Just about a tablespoon or a teaspoon or so. And roll that around. I'm going to take our dough and just slather it up a little bit. And we're just going to get some a little bit of cling wrap, and you just cover it like so, and you put it in a warm place. Like, I like to stick it in my microwave because it's draft free and it's a nice cool place, and I'll leave it there, and it needs to rise for about an hour.
You don't turn the microwave on.
And we'll be back in an hour. Alright, Kelly.
See you in an hour.
Turn the oven on to 350. And then your bread should have rose.
1 hour later, your bread has risen. Or your dishes up, keep the bread from sticking to the sides.
Does that look like half to you?
Yeah, it's about half.
And then I pull it into a bowl. Roll it a little. Flatten it out a little. And now I'm going to let it sit and rise for 30 minutes. And then I will put it in the oven for 30 more minutes. Turn the oven off.
And after 30 minutes of baking, you get 2 beautiful loaves of bread.
That you take out of your container, which they'll just, if you oiled your, they'll come right out. And then you can take a stick of butter and run over the top of them.
And as you can see, this is what it looks like when it's all done. Rub some butter over the top of it, make it nice and golden brown. And we already had part of that loaf for supper. So, if you like this video,